next reader this evening is poet Daniel Jenkins.
Thank you. I just want to say, writing with all of you the last 2 years has been the best 2 years of my life. I want to thank my family, my loving and supportive family, Deb, Alan, the program, the faculty, my advisors, Sally Keith, Alan Williamson, Morris Manning, and Connie Voisin, and all of you excellent friends. I love you dearly. Thank you. This first one's called Monument Avenue. Purple night, Fan District in Richmond. On Monument Avenue with a bottle of Steel Reserve, casting wobbly shadows on statues of mounted generals, their sabers drawn. Myself a Confederacy flaking skin and days. I can join this fight. I'm at Burnside's Bridge drinking a bottle of bitter brew. I gulp. I swig. A kind of love must be swimming at the bottom. I sway toward cannon fire, stagger closer to person chatter and dance music. Someone's party where no one is cement. Later on, whiskey slipped in Guinness gives me orders. Burn the streets, take the store and the steeds. Everything and everyone is plunder. Familiar strangers packed in crowded rooms. This is the only valor I know. Another bird reminds me of my brother. In the shrubs outside the window at a McDonald's in Livingston, Virginia, a brown-striped, white-breasted bird, stiff, on its back, twig feet facing the sky like little trees. Then, another brown-striped, white-breasted bird hopping in the shrub, closer, then further, then closer to the dead bird. Singing maybe, beak snapping open, closed. I strained to hear the bird's song and how it was sung, but the clink and clank of kitchen work distilled to one long polyphonic breath of fries sizzling and snapping grease or metal utensils slapping against aluminum grills made the song pantomime lamentation. And was there some hidden nook of grief studied once perhaps? Indecipherable? Did it sing when you left? The bird's fretful dance, its knee-jerk flap, its beak cracking out a dirge. I tell you, I want to know. This one's weird. Stay tuned. Litany in the Locrian mode. The arthritic dog sleeping upside down, paws dream-wincing. Black caked ashtrays and cigarette smoke. The back deck, the yellow mosquito bulb. Band march cloud scuffle. Breaking gray clay sky. Budding trees, no ballad, no mezzo-soprano. Gregorian chant, any chant. Bottom shelf brandy and pink wine. Naked plywood subfloor, bare feet. Our tiptoeing down the darkened hall. That bed. That small, rickety bed. Excuse me. I'm number 4, I think. Yep. This is fun. This one's called Shipbuilding. I wondered at my father's calculus, how it shaped vessels destined to sail in the armada of the 2 Roosevelts. And as the numbers from his pencil bled into a ship bound for future history books, I was sure as I divined an immortal life for him and myself, that this mystery was as deep as the east end of the towing tank, that massive dark tunnel of water. Blackwater to, hold on. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm okay, it's good. Everything's fine. We're okay. Blackwater demanded an architect, immortal, my father's penciled math, the oracle of oceans. I was only 9 or 10. This went misunderstood. Now, I see each of the shapes racing across the surface of the dark water form words in me. They form words of my Father holy, telling me go, dive in, swim distances, sink to the silt, resurface. I couldn't have known the God who broke in, siphoning himself through me like this present black water. The day of my father's dying, when I held his hand, a steady beat telling me the failing speech of his heart, I left the room, and I couldn't know, wouldn't know, how we leave this earth, because light is only light, water is only water, because breath has limits, and I can only hold mine so long. I use the word bile in this next poem. I think it's a pretty weird word. I've never used it before, so it's the first time for everything. Parable of the jars. Father, hear me. I want to say the space I take in a day is mine. I want to say that time is mine, and no one can replace what I have reduced to piles of concrete cinder blocks and bile sloshed in little cups. I want to say these words I make are mine. They're made of fears I've bottled up in jars, but they aren't worth what inspired them. What is mine is what you gave me at the end of a very long line. Okay, this is my last poem. It's called The Measure of a Man. The Measure of a Man. Soon, your empty room. Family crest in a brown frame above your brass headboard. Silver filigreed wedding ring in a velvet box. Top drawer of your nightstand. On marriage. One summer night you said, I'm not having kids. It was your genetic legacy, dyslexia and congenital myopathy. Your Bushido code, bamboo box of blade sharpening tools, middle drawer of your nightstand for your knife collection. A ball of knotted up paracord to wrap the handles of your knives and katanas hanging on the wall. Oh, a photo collage above your nightstand. You with friends fishing, drinking, laughing. Look, the sloppy oil landscape I painted in the 10th grade I hated, but you kept anyway. A cracked bookshelf stuffed with over 100 DVDs. There, the classic books you read on your lunch break at the shop. Dickens, Othello, The Great Gatsby, Of Mice and Men, Frankenstein. Zen in the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, still clean, the receipt still inside. In your dresser, 24 Harley-Davidson shirts, all but 3 black. I love the yellow one. I refused to move the scuffed up boots you wore that day. Prescription Ray-Ban sunglasses, one lens popped out. I couldn't resist picturing what jarred it free, and I wish I hadn't. Balls of dog hair on the floor, cardboard box from Pohanka Chevrolet, and memories of every lemon Buick of mine in need of your chapped knuckles and your late nights. Here, velvet string pouch of charms inside your black saddlebag, 4-leaf clover, 1976 quarter, a flattened penny. And then the guardian bell I plucked from the front spoke of your mangled bike at the junkyard. Stainless steel, inch long, engraved United States Navy. Guardian bells protected bikers, you said, but they must be gifted from one biker to another. That's the tradition. So I hung it from my rear view. When today I take a hard turn, the bell swirls elliptical. Once or twice a month, it still chimes. I wonder, Dave, is that the sun I see? Or no? Just the blazing haze of color the sun leaves behind. And that is all I need. Thank you very much.